Hey Older, Tenakoto, hello and welcome to probably my final, or the second to last anyway, episode here on the Asylum server version 1.7, that is right. It's no secret that we've been talking for the last little while that we will be resetting this server soon, and we will be doing that with 1.8, and now that 1.8 has been released, that day is going to be pretty soon. But before that happens, I wanted to give a tour of the base that I made here on the Asylum, and perhaps talk about some of the plans that I did have, but we didn't get around to doing. So this room right here is the very first room in the base that I built way back in episode 1. It was just a hollow little thing. Basically, this entire mountain was completely solid, and everything that you see had to be carved out block by block. It never used to be this storage room, I think. I did intend for it to be a storage room at the time, but I never really got around to completely finishing the storage room. As you can see, this is actually version 2.0 of the storage room anyway. I built this pretty recently, where I have even more storage in here, and it's obviously very modest. It's not very big, but I mean, it's big enough for my purposes. I don't play Minecraft too much, so this is plenty of storage for me. Plus I've got, oh, there used to be some chests up here, but I did this in a Minecraft episode, probably the last one. I made this thing that I've forgotten about. Little crafting setup over here. Now this thing under here, now probably almost nobody knows that this is here, even though I kind of linked to the prank and everything. I haven't even moved it, have I? There's a chest down there. This was part of the egg prank, which didn't actually get as much publicity as I thought it would. Basically, I hid the egg down there, and the idea was that if you watch the video that Steel and, well, I guess they prefer to be known as Alex and Dennis nowadays, that you watch the video that they put up, then you would be able to do that. How do I get out of here? Well, these, of course. Boop. Alright. I'm not wearing any armor either, so I'm going to take a beating if I'm not careful. Do I have feather falling? I don't. Oh dear. Yeah, that's another thing that I never got around to doing, getting some diamond armor. I was planning on doing that as an episode, but I never got around to doing that. Nope. There we go. Yeah, so I haven't actually moved that to be under here. That was one of the things that I was going to do. Just didn't get around to doing it. So this is this first area of the storage room. Looks pretty cool. So over here, this area, I basically built this as a green cube. And this is actually bigger than in the last episode. This is what I was working on before I went on to the new style of videos. I made this room a little bit bigger because it was the same height as the blue cube over there, so I wanted to give it a bit more definition. It looks okay, and I was going to intend this area to be some sort of potion lab, you know, alchemy lab, potion brewing sort of area, either down there or up here on the roof. Have a nice outdoorsy one, look really cool. Can I get up there? Parkour our way up. Oh, of course not. Oh, of course not. There we go. So and from here you get a pretty spectacular view around the place. I selected this place pretty early on in the Let's Play in episode 2, I believe. I kind of made my first real episode. This isn't actually very far from spawn at all. If we press F3, we're at about 301,000, so we are pretty close. You can walk there in about, well, like maybe 5-10 minutes maybe, because there's a bit of a swim to do. We'll take a look down there in a bit. But yeah, through the nether it's like less than a minute walk, and I haven't really had any sort of desire to build a minecart track or make it available to horses. That is something that I wanted to do, build a track in the nether with my patented OCM launcher, which none of you have ever heard of, but the video's out on YouTube anyway about it. Over there we have the sugarcane farm, and I was intending to make this as sort of another building as well, so that you could get over there, and this would be sort of all the farms or something. I think that's what I was going to do, have the farms over there. Let's go down and take a look at that though, get down here. This is a non-functional stairs, they're just sort of deco stairs. for whatever reason. I was intending to have the bridge going over to that place right here because basically the land was sort of begging to have a bridge built right here, so that was obviously going to be an episode in the future. But it was never meant to be, so otherwise you just end up all over there. And that's what I was using to do my enchanting. Up here is my actual enchanting room that I have here at my house. Enchanting like this, it's not very practical, particularly in these earlier versions of Minecraft. In 1.8, something like this, having your own enchanting station makes much more sense, because it takes much less levels to enchant. But yeah, in 1.7 and earlier, basically what you have to do is have your experience farm right next to your enchanting thing. I've got a bunch of books here that I never really sorted through. Oh, there's a fortune too right there. Cool. Anything else? Yeah, I think these are the cool ones that I wanted to keep. Sharpness 4, Aqua Affinity, Power 4, Thorns 2, fantastic books. Yeah, so this yellow cube was also actually went through several iterations before I finally came up with a design that I was relatively happy with. You know, we had sandstone in here. I had my crafting station up here for a while, I think, as well. This tower, though, has been here for a pretty long time. This little red tower. I think this was one of the things that I decided early on that I was going to have here. Still haven't finished it. Oh, dear. I was intending to have a bridge here as well. I built this probably like over a year ago. And I was intending to have another house here on this mountain. This house over here was never meant to be my main house. That was just meant to be a starter home. I was going to have my main house over here that was going to look really cool. And again, just not really playing Minecraft as much as... You're definitely not as much these days, but I don't think I was playing often enough to sort of have these really large builds. So having these smaller builds to start things off was pretty cool. So we've got the access to the bed right here, so you can sleep through the day right here. And I used to have a building up here, but I tore it down because it was a blue cube kind of plopped on top of this yellow cube. I'm not really sure what I would have done with this space. Probably something very small. Something very small. Maybe some sort of archery thing or something like that. I don't know. That could be a cool little mini game. Have some sort of archery targets over there that you can shoot from here. See how good your archery is. If you can even see that far. Okay, is there anything else around here? Got a pumpkin farm down there. That was one of the very first things that I built. Not really too much to say about it than that. It's pretty simple. Yep. That fall down there. I guess I tore out these stairs. Yeah, I tore out those stairs just because they were in the way of version 2.0 of the storage room. I was talking in the previous episode, I believe, about this area here, and I did kind of get started with this a little bit. I was talking about what I was kind of making people guess what I was building here, and of course, because the channel's small enough, nobody guessed. I was going to build a really cool system for transporting logs and saplings and things down from my wood farm using rails and hoppers and comparators and things, and bring that up to here, and then so that I could have my storage minecart, pull it up and drop the wood in there. Or maybe even cooler would have been to have the hopper connected right next to there, but it's not really large enough. Again, it's not really a large enough storage system to really warrant something quite that complicated. But if you have a larger storage room, that would have been pretty cool. Because my wood farm is downstairs. It's nowhere... The bad thing about living in the mountains is that there's no real flat places to build things like that. So basically, we'll take a look at it right now actually. Basically what I did is leveled out the sort of down near diamond layer, and I did get a few emeralds out of this. Whee! Did get a few emeralds out of it. Might dig in this place out because we are in a mountain biome, but yeah, for the most part, this is actually, we're up at level 15 here, so 16's here. This is the top level that diamonds spawn at. Yeah, so I haven't really explored the abandoned mine shaft up there too well. Oh, there's still lapis and stuff in the walls. Gonna need that in 1.8. But yeah, I only ever come down here very periodically to chop down the trees that are here, replant them, and get on out of here. Looks like we've got some storage. This is probably cobblestone, I'm guessing. Sure looks like it. A lot of cobblestone. Some random junk that isn't cobblestone, I'm guessing. And, oh, this was from the snow prank for Rob. This is where I had my snow prank, and I killed the snowman that was in here because I thought if Rob came around here and saw that, he might, you know, break the wood and set him loose and stuff. So I got rid of him pretty quickly. Well, it looks like it's night time. I don't think I have a bed down there, so let's risk it. Yeah, typically what I do if it's night time is I'd probably just stay down there and chop wood and stuff. It's a pretty long thing up here. I guess what I could have done as well is invent some faster way of getting up here. Possibly through the nether. I know that using the nether for elevated transportation is definitely not as common, but it is possible because I have seen someone doing it. Right, over here is my cow farm. I'm not sure how many cows there are here, but basically for one person playing as often as I do, having 64 cows is pretty good because you take your stack of wheat in there. I've probably got about 70 or 80 down there, I'm guessing. What was F3 saying? About 100. Yes, that's probably somewhere close to 85, 90 cows probably. Yeah, but basically have about 64 cows, you take a stack of wheat, you kill 32, so that way the other 32 grow up. And then back there I have the chicken farm that I was intending for using with my shop and spawn, eggs are us. I should have probably put some hoppers down here to collect the gear. There's a creeper there, how did you spawn? The whole point of these torches that I've got around the place is to prevent guys like that from doing exactly what he's doing right now. Get out of here. What's on this bow? Power 4. Yeah, that's pretty good. I probably custom made that. Give me that gunpowder. Yeah, and over there, that's a pretty flat mountain. That's because that's where I was harvesting my sand from. And I think I decided... This was one of the reasons that I decided to locate here. A, it was beautiful, Enderman. And B, it was right next to a large desert, so this was a very easy supply of sand for any glass-related projects that I was having in the future. So, as far as I was concerned, this was pretty much the perfect place to kip up, and I was surprised that no one had kipped up here before. I guess I was the first person to wander out in this direction. Yeah, so not really much going on up here, and basically still got all these sandstone and stone that's here, but basically there were several layers of sand on top of this beforehand, so it takes 2 shots. He must have taken some fall damage. And again, we got a really nice view of the place from here. It looks really nice from the front, but everywhere else is like a death trap if you're not me and you don't know where you're going. Okay. I'm gonna kill myself if I'm not careful. 5 hearts. There we go. Heal on up. Yeah, there's just so much that I could have done with this place. So basically another thing that I was intending to do once I'd done with the build here, another project that I was going to start was a Ender Golf. That was sort of inspired by what Baz had done on the Season 3 Minecraft server. You basically throw ender pearls and propel yourself around the area to land in holes and things. And I think I could have done something pretty cool with that because we've got some nice mountains out that way. Could have done something with that. But yeah, again, not to be because time restraints and whatnot. What I was going to do is have a river coming down here so that there'd be a nice little waterfall on the side of the river. That would have been, or on the side of the mountain, sorry. That would have been pretty cool, and we could have done something with that. Add some flowers and fancy stuff. A few little buildings, maybe. Yep, looking pretty cool. Oh, I didn't even explain. That used to be a red cube over there, but that's now a blue cube to line up with what's going on over there. That's an Enderman damage. At least I think so. Oh yeah, that's Rob started building over there, but I believe that did not last very long. He started building that over there, and he's no longer a member of the server because not really sure why. Anyway, I think that's pretty much everything that's over here that I've got around to building. Again, it's pretty small, pretty modest. Didn't really spend as much time building on the server as I would have perhaps liked to. I'm very happy with how my YouTube series went though. I'm not sure what you guys think about how well it went, but I'm definitely very happy with what I've got and what I was going for here. I was mostly just winging it, but I think it's quite good for my playstyle because building these sort of little cubes like this very modular home, rather than building a massive big structure, having all these little things that you can sort of work on and finish is definitely very cool. I didn't even say the piston door here. I think I had an episode where I did a 2x2 and then I basically built the 3x3 off camera. I think you can get down there by breaking through here. Yeah, this is all the redstone level. Fans of the series have seen this all already. We've got the back of the storage room right here. It's jutting up against my T flip-flop that I got from YouTube, and I don't think you can get through there now. Yeah, I think I've actually got a prank chest. I don't really want to break that. But yeah, the pranking chest that I have my supplies in is actually back there, but we can't go there now. That's basically where I was storing obsidian. And how do I get out of here now? I guess I just have to do that. Yeah, that's where I was storing my obsidian, snow, pumpkins and stuff. Would be all kind of hidden away off camera. People wouldn't know it was there, sort of thing. I was going to have a cool thing here as well, like how this would come around here, kind of link down to here, and then probably somewhere around here I was planning on having some kind of way to get up from here if you'd come from spawn. Like, so we'd have a little boat dock down there, a nice little path and some, you know, elevator thing to get up here to the main house, because it is built on the side of a mountain. Again, fantastic views in pretty much all directions. You can't really see anyone else's build. Rob is started building over there, but you can't see it because it's around this side of the mountain. And I was going to have something up there, as I already said, and I kind of built my portal in there because I was intending for that to be my main house, so I didn't want to move the portal later. Alright, there's only pretty much one thing left to do. We'll sleep through the day, sleep through the night, just before we go into the swamp. One of the other projects that I was thinking on doing was that there's a witch hut out there. As far as I know, it's the only witch hut that we've found on the server, and it's also pretty close to spawn and everything. And I was hoping that we could do some sort of collaboration with one of the other guys, perhaps sometime, because obviously when you farm mobs, the main thing that you're looking for is gunpowder for TNT. Everything else is pretty much relatively easy to get. Arrows, you can get that from skeleton grinders and things. We literally have tons and tons of arrows and bone meal on the server. And ender pearls as well, I guess, to a lesser extent, but again, you can just make an enderman grinder in the end for that, pretty easy. Witches, though, they drop gunpowder, they drop sugar, they drop glass bottles, they drop sticks, I think they drop a whole lot of stuff. And the witch farm sort of would have been built out here, because it is out here, and I think it's a full-on witch house. But unfortunately, again, nobody sort of really approached me, and so I said, hey, let's get to work on that witch farm, get some good loot drops and stuff like that. But, yep, okay. I guess we'll toss another pearl. Yep. Get up out of there. There we go. So we'll take a look at this guy. I don't think we've seen it on my channel since about episode 2, I believe. I showed off the area. And yeah. Let's get inside. I basically said right on the door, found by me. And if you want to do something with it, just please contact me, because I was planning on doing something with a YouTube series. So yeah, there's plenty of material here as for, you know, probably another 100 episodes or so here on the server, but I don't really make episodes very fast, and I don't play here on the server definitely as much as I thought I would have been able to. I think when I very first started on the server, I sort of said to myself my goal would be to play for about an hour a day or so on the Asylum, and then make an episode every couple of days, depending on what you build, of course. And then yeah, show you guys the progress. But again, you're just falling off that a little bit, falling off the horse, as it were. I'm not too sure if I want to, how many more Minecraft videos I'm going to make. I definitely do want to try and play on the 1.8 Asylum server to some degree, but I might sort of live a bit more of a nomadic lifestyle rather than living in a house. I might sort of I guess kind of mooch off other people, I guess, sort of move around their houses, have a little tent thing that I can build and stuff. Oh, okay. So this is what Rob was doing before he unfortunately was no longer a part of the server. He started building this little house next to mine, and he asked me permission and everything, and I said, yep. As long as I can't see your house from mine, then it's pretty cool. And we almost can't see it, so you can see my house is right there. He wanted to move next to us, and I said that was cool. No ladders or anything from what I can tell. It looks like he was preparing for some sort of cinematic intro or something. But yeah. This was his area over here, I guess. Very cool. Very cool. Is there actually any substance to this, or is it all front-loaded? Yeah, it looks pretty bare behind here. Oh my goodness. Oh well. It's kind of like those movie sets where it looks really cool on the front, and when you go behind it, it's like all scaffold and stuff. That's what this reminds me of. Oh well. I think we've got a very nice song to finish things off here with, guys. I think we'll finish on the very first mountain. That guy up there. If I can actually get there from here, I doubt it. You can see the nether portal from here. Oh, gotta be careful about those hearts as well. Oh dear. Oh, I remember this place. A spider cave. Now, I never actually said, but the name was inspired by Jak and Daxter, and I was hoping that... Well, that's a game, by the way. Jak and Daxter won the game. I was hoping that this place could turn into a pretty cool deep cave system that I could perhaps move some of my house into. But no, it's actually pretty small. A lot of the stuff is here on the surface and it doesn't go down, so I basically dug a hole. Right. Can I get up to the top of the mountain before the song finishes? No. Oh. Oh well. Yeah, oh, the blocks are still there. Wow, yeah. That's cool. I basically had these blocks here that I'd take out so that monsters and stuff couldn't get up the mountain to hurt me. Or I'd put a piece of cobblestone down or something because I think that was the only way you could get up. I wonder what's up here. We've still got a bed here. We've got a water source that hasn't frozen, I guess, because of the torches and things. Yeah, because in one of the more recent patches, it's probably 1.7, the snow falls on these very high mountains. Oh yeah, we've got a really nice view of the place overall. Unfortunately, it's not nighttime so that we can see the wonderful and incomplete job that I had of putting these torches down. I think I needed to put torches right to sort of over there, to probably about just a little bit past that mountain. Maybe to probably about Rob's house actually. And then probably even further out than that island there that way. Would be about where I needed to put torches. Wow. There's so much potential in these mountains. But, you know, I just keep thinking of that Ender Golf thing. That would have been really fun to make. Definitely very fun. But as I already said, I am very happy with what I've done here on the server. It's a nice looking house, but it's not finished. Not by a long shot. But it looks nice enough. I don't want to end it. I don't really want to end it. I guess as one final thing, what we'll do is we'll go down and check out my stash. Ooh. My stash. How did I do? Roll game credits. How much did I get? How much did I win? Let's see. I think it's over here. Oh yeah, 5 diamond blocks. Actually 6 diamond blocks, technically. 3 emerald blocks, not very much. You don't really trade with emeralds that much, do you? Got almost a stack of coal blocks. I've probably got at least 2 stacks, because I think I've used quite a lot of coal. Plenty of iron there, but even that I don't think is enough to get a beacon rolling, not by a long shot. That's a lot, but it's nowhere near enough. A decent amount of gold, that's a pretty good amount of gold to get going with potion brewing. Heaps of TNT, can't remember why that's there, that's a bit worrying. I don't recall making that much. Reasonable amount of quartz. Again, it gets used a lot. Alright, I'm gonna call it there, guys. That was a tour. Let's get rid of these. That was a tour of my Asylum base. You can watch the entire thing on YouTube. Grovel and beg. Oh dear. No, don't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the very last episode of 1.7 Asylum. 1.8 Asylum is just around the corner. Hopefully you'll be there to join me. And who knows what mischievous acts we'll get up to on the new server. Thanks for watching, and kia kaha.